Welcome back to another video on the Rugby channel. Please make sure you go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the notification button, as well as please go ahead and follow us on our social media platforms to be up to date with the channel. Hello, welcome back to another rugby video, and today we're going to be talking about Rugby 20. Now it's going to be a little bit of a longer video today, because usually obviously my videos average about 5 minutes, so it might go over a 10-minute mark. I don't know, as of recording right now, I don't know how long I'm going to be talking. But yeah, so there's a few points I want to discuss with Rugby 20. Obviously we haven't had much news lately since Gamescom, but yeah, there's a few things I wanted to point out. I've also gone ahead and remade the menu system, so basically a HD version from what we saw in Gamescom. We'll get onto that as well later in this video. But yeah, as I said, there's a few things I want to talk about, so let's get ahead and look at them. So first up, I wanted to notice that Rugby 20's attention to detail compared to Rugby 18. This shot alone is obviously from Rugby 20, and just looking at it, I feel like they've upheld their effects and stuff, if that makes sense. I mean, going back to Rugby 18, we didn't really get to see shots like this, and this was obviously going to be in the game, which is quite a cool thing, because like, look at the lighting system they've added on that. Like, it takes quite a bit for a small studio to have like lights and that sort of effects in a sports game, especially compared to like the past Rugby 15 and stuff like that. So that's a bonus thing, to be honest. They didn't have to have that shot, but they did. So this is Rugby 18's scrumming system, and this is obviously the graphics as well. It looked okay, but it just felt off. So compared to Rugby 20's graphic design, I feel like they haven't upped it a hell of a lot, but there is a bit of a difference. Obviously as well, you can see they've gone ahead and added weather, and obviously that is a massive thing, because you don't want to be playing a rugby game and only having the choice of playing at night or in the daytime. It's not exactly the greatest, and I'm pretty sure they had like one stadium where you can play in the sunset, and yeah, it was a cool effect, but it didn't really add to much like atmosphere, if that makes sense. Like, if you wanted weather, it's going to make it much better, isn't it? Like, if it's raining outside in real life, for example, you're sitting in your room and it's raining outside, you're like, do you know what would be really cool right now? If I play a rugby game in the rain. Like, it's just those little things that make a game better, if that makes sense. It all really depends on how the game plays, but these little things make it so much better, having weather, having different atmospheres and stuff like that as well. And yeah, it would make it a hell of a lot more interesting. These little key points where they've paid attention to detail is really interesting. Like, another thing I wanted to point out, we got a screenshot obviously of the Wales players standing up. And if you zoom in onto the stadium in the background, you can see again how much detail they've paid to it. I mean, like, again, it wasn't essential, but if you look at this here now, what I'll try and do with like a zoom in effect so you guys can see it better. Like, they didn't actually have to pay attention to the individual boards on the walls of the stadium, but they did, and that's kind of making the game even better, if that makes sense. It's just the fact, like, they've paid attention to these small little things just to try and improve the game as much as they can. I mean, at the end of Rugby 18, when they patched it, the gameplay was okay, but it was a bit too late. They were missing so many key things. So paying attention to these things, like as in adding weather, making the game more detailed, you do feel that the game will be a lot more better, and that's a good thing. So then, as I said at the start of the video, this is the screenshot we saw of the television from Gamescom. And I remastered this menu basically and designed it so you guys can see it in HD properly. Obviously some things are going to be a bit off, but it's basically what it looks like. And now I do want to talk about this, because obviously there's been a lot of like ideas and opinions on what is going to be on these different modes. So as you can see, we have the first one, which is quick match. That's obviously going to be just getting into a game and playing it straight away. There's not really too much to talk about that, because it's the same on any single sports game. With the league mode, I'd imagine it would just be play a league, so Pro 14 or something like that, and just play the season. I'd imagine it's not really going to be anything else. Online match is going to be playing online. The solo mode, I do believe, is probably going to be a career mode, which I will get on to talking about later in the video. I think that would be quite cool, because they didn't have that in Rugby 18. And like, they were listening to the fans, like they were listening to all the critics and stuff, what they wanted in a rugby game, and this was one of the main things, to be able to make your own player. And we never really got that. We had that in Rugby Challenge, but it did feel slightly off. You didn't get to have it like as good as FIFA or any other sports game, and I'm hoping, really hoping, that it's going to be as good as the FIFA career modes and stuff like that. Just because we don't really get to see that much. I mean, obviously it's not going to be amazing like FIFA because they haven't got the budget for that. But I do hope it's going to be fun and better than what we've seen before in previous games. The My Squad mode then is obviously going to be a replenished version of Rugby 18. Again, I'll talk about that again coming up. I do want to see some changes to the My Squad mode, but I'll get on to that later. And then as you can see, now we have card management, which a lot of people are yet to really really work out what it is. So I don't know what that is. And then there's obviously challenge mode, where there'll be weekly challenges, which if you're connected to the internet. So I have a feeling the solo mode, then you're going to get to make your own player. So this is what potentially it could look like. This was taken from FIFA 18, I believe. So if you guys haven't played that, basically you get to select your hair, you get to create your face, and what race you want to be, what skin color, what hair design, basically everything that makes you. And yeah, that's one of the greatest things, because like a lot of us, we don't want to play rugby in real life, sort of thing, or like you can't, if that makes sense. Like with me, I never really wanted to, like I enjoyed playing rugby, but I never actually went as far as playing it properly. And when you have the opportunity on like a career mode, like and stuff like this, it gives you the sort of opportunity to be like, what if that makes sense. It's like you're living your sort of dream, becoming a pro and stuff like that. And that's one of the greatest things about career mode. And I feel like having a sports game not fully licensed, but with a lot of licensing, it would make it really good. Like you could start at a young age and try and play for the All Blacks one day, or play in Super Rugby if it is licensed, or play in the Pro 14, and it would just be making you live your dream, which you never could have in real life. So that's, as sad as it sounds, it's a good thing, and I'm hoping it's going to be good. But yeah, we have to know. Obviously, the game comes out next year in February, so they have a lot of time to work on it. I doubt we're going to get to see it in the beta version, which is coming up on the 12th. Because that stuff like that take a long time, especially when the FIFA betas come out. You don't really get to see any features like that much. So yeah, again, I think it'll be maybe later in the year that you'll get to see the career mode, if it is a career mode. I might be completely wrong, but that's my 100% guess anyway. So yeah, next up I want to talk about then is the My Squad mode. Now, this is obviously a screenshot from the My Squad mode in Rugby 18, and I had a lot of problems with this, to be honest with you. I mean, I felt it was too complex for something that was such a simple idea, if that makes sense. I mean, you look at it here, and obviously you select your squad, and you get to see your points and everything like that. I feel like having it in a table form makes it way more confusing than what it should be. Like, obviously FIFA have their own unique cards and stuff like that. Obviously they can't have that because it's going to be ripping off FIFA, and you don't want to get into copyright terms and stuff like that. But there's nothing stopping them from having a different idea rather than just putting it in a table. Maybe they could have it as like the menu section or something like that, where you get to just scroll across who you want and things like that. Because I've like, it's just looking at the table like that, I don't know, it just seems poor. It looks like somebody's formed it on Excel and just had a go at it, and I don't know, I'm just not a fan. I feel like it's too complex. It's not complex, but I feel like it's too complex for such a simple idea. But you guys let me know what you think, because I was never really a fan of the My Squad mode. I felt like I had potential, but just because of the sheer confusion and stuff of how it was, and you didn't really get to see the stats that you wanted to see that much, and so on. It just, yeah, I don't know. I just felt it had potential, but it never really kicked off to what it could. So I feel like they should really change the format of this in Rugby 20. But as I said, you guys let me know in the comment section what you thought of the My Squad mode. Does it need to change, or does it stay the same, or do they just improve it? You guys let me know what you think. So going back to card management then, it's quite difficult to work out what it possibly could be. I mean, my guessing is probably some sort of settings function, maybe. So let's say like these cards here, card management would be like to set it so that you can have like a certain player showing, maybe. Like, I know FIFA used to have, was it FIFA? No, it was a Jonah Lomu game. We used to get to pick out the players that you had in the background. So yeah, I thought that was quite a cool function. Maybe it's that, maybe it's not. Either way, we're always going to keep guessing until we actually find out what it is. But that's my theory. I think it's going to be some sort of settings. I can't really see it being much more because obviously the My Squad mode can't really have cards like FIFA because it's going to be ripping it off way too much. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. And without further ado, I think that is going to be the end of today's video. Okay guys, without further ado, that's going to be the end of today's video. Please make sure you go ahead and leave a like and comment. Let me know your opinion on this. What is card management? Let me know in the comment section as well. What do you think of Rugby 20 so far? Do you think it's going to be any good? Let me know. As well, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. Obviously, we're going to be covering most stuff to do with Rugby 20, as well as other rugby stuff. We upload rugby videos every single week. We've done so many recently. After reaching 1,000 subscribers as well, we've done literally so many videos, and you guys are loving it, so thank you so much for the support. As well, if you haven't already, please click the notification button to be notified when we upload, because obviously we upload on random dates. It's usually every Wednesday and Friday, but we also upload on other days as well, and you're not going to know unless you click the notification button, so please go ahead and do that. Follow me on social media, especially if you want to see Rugby 20 stuff. Follow me on Twitter, because I put up most stuff on Twitter to do with Rugby 20. And yeah, that's going to be the end. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I've been Andrew. I will see you in another upload. Peace out, guys.